In life, there are some mistakes that can easily be corrected. There are some mistakes that have long-term impact. There are some mistakes that when you make them, you can just recover from them easily. There are some mistakes that when you make such mistakes, it have a lifetime impact on you. Such are financial mistakes. I want you to pay attention to this session so that you will correct some of these mistakes or avoid making such mistakes, or at best teach others not to make this deadly mistake. Many people struggle financially not because they don't make money, but because of poor financial decisions. What decisions have you made in the past? When you look back, you will say, I would have done this thing differently. I will have saved this. I will have done this. So learning from mistake is good. How can you learn? You can learn from your own mistakes. You can learn from other person's mistakes. Learning from these mistakes can save you years of hardship. So if you are just growing up, don't make mistakes that your parents made. If you are already up there, well, you can still correct some of these mistakes. You never know whether God is going to be gracious to give you very long life, and you'll be able to still make adjustments in those areas. So today we are going to be discussing some of these common financial mistakes and how to avoid them. Let me tell you, financial mistakes is one of the mistakes that when you make, it affects every other thing, especially your future, your tomorrow. So if you want to secure your tomorrow by not making these mistakes, then I want you to join me on the other side as we delve into these common mistakes that people make that affect their financial future. See you on the other side.
Waking up at dawnlight, breaking through, chasing dreams, no time to lose. In this race we strive and grind, motivation fuels the mind. Gonna rise up, we won't fall, breaking barriers through it all. Step by step our journey's clear, success is closer, don't you fear. Challenges we face headstrong, in this rhythm we belong. Skies are high, but so are we, building castles where we're free. Gonna rise up, we won't fall.
All right, you are welcome back. So let's quickly dive into this. Of course, my name is Olushola Popola, a chartered accountant, investment advisor, and also a life coach. We've been on this journey for a while, and I know that most of you, if you've gained value, or if you've gained value, you are yet to subscribe. I wonder why you have not subscribed to the channel, or even like or make comments on the video. That will help us a great deal. So right now, just go ahead and click on the subscribe button and click on the like and share button also. It's going to help our system a great deal. So let's go on. What are those mistakes? You see, one of the things you don't want to do is to live a life of regrets. And not to live a life of regrets, you have to look at what are those things. There's none of us that is perfect. We are all moving towards perfection. But in our journey towards perfection, you want to learn from your mistakes or the mistakes of other persons. And I can tell you, it is better to learn from the mistakes of others than you falling into that error yourself. So let's look at it one after the other. The number one mistake is living beyond your means. Wow, this mistake, this particular issue, a lot of persons fall into it, especially when you are growing up. At your growing up stage, when you begin to earn your first income, this is where these mistakes begin to stay and live with you. Before you know it, somebody is earning 500,000 and still has to take a loan here and there to meet up things. One of the ways you will quickly know that you are spending beyond your means when you begin to borrow money to spend on expenses rather than investments. This is one of the number one signal to you that you are living beyond your means. You are borrowing money. When you borrow money to pay house rent, you borrow money to buy food stuff, you borrow money to pay children's school fees, you borrow money. Once you are living a life like that, you just know it. Take it to the bank. You are living beyond your means. Now, let me quickly give you one antidote to it. How do you correct it, or how do you even identify that you are living beyond your means? Number one, this is a simple thing that you need to do. I want you to take whatsoever your income is. Take your income. Let's say you are earning 500,000 naira. Let's say you are earning 500,000 naira monthly. Depending on the country in which you are listening to me from, just put whatsoever your monthly income. Now, divide that income by 30. When you divide that income by 30, now I'm taking 500,000 for instance. Now, 500,000 divided by 30, I think that's going to give me about 16,600 naira or something like that. Now, that means my daily worth is 16,000 naira. It then means for any day that I spend within that neighborhood of 16,000, I have spent my whole life for a day. Now, I want you to just be patient. Look at it. When you take your daily income, 16,000, I'm talking of somebody who's earning 500,000 naira monthly. So I take it that this 16,000 is the worth of my daily income. I have to first of all separate some of my key expenses from this daily income. Now, what are the key expenses? If you are not living in your own house yet, then you want to consider your rent. You want to consider the children's school fees. You want to consider your vehicle maintenance allowance and other the feeding. You want to consider the feeding allowances in the house. These are expenses that you must incur. Now, what you now do is this: you take your house rent. Probably your annual rent is 1 million naira per annum. Now, you're going to take 1 million naira. You are going to divide it by 365. When you divide by 365, then it's going to give you in the neighborhood of maybe 2,700 and something like that. So you write that down. That means the cost of you staying in that house per day is about 2,700 naira. So you have to note it. The next thing you need to note is, okay, the children's school fees. Let's assume that your total children's school fees is the same 1 million per annum. You pay per term, but you can add it up and know what you are paying per annum. Okay, let's take that amount again, that's 1 million, divide by the 365 also. When you divide it by 365, you get about the same amount. I'm just going to be using this round figure. So that gives me 2,007 for my daily housing, 2,007 for the children's school fees. Then I want to look at how much do we spend on feeding in the house in a month. Probably we spend 300,000 naira for utility for everything in the house. If let's just put it at 300,000. If you put 300,000, someone who is doing 500 should not be at that level. So let's just say, for the purpose of this figure, just to make it easy, let's say 300,000. So we're going to take 300,000. You are going to divide it by 30. So when you divide it by 30, that gives you about 10,000 naira daily. So you are going to add all these figures together. You need to sit down and really do the calculation, as it were. But I'm just using some assumptions. So when you take all this and you look at what is the income per day? So when you look at the income per day compared to your living expenses per day, you can absolutely tell the reason why you are borrowing money. It's so simple. Sit down and do this simple calculation. Be truthful to yourself. Capture every expense that you need to capture, and you will see the kind of mistake that you have started making or you'll be making in the past. Now, mistake number 2 is almost like the first one. Of course, if the first is not taken care of, if there's no way you will not fall into the second one. And the second one is not saving for emergency. There's what you call your emergency reserve fund. How often have you had challenges that you need to just go and borrow money to take care of those emergencies? That is not a good way to live. I know many of us fall into it. What you call it emergency, you didn't plan for it. I've fallen into many like that, and I know how to go and raise money. But with financial intelligence, you begin to understand that you are supposed to have what you call your emergency reserve fund. Now, how does the emergency reserve fund work? The rule is this: you should have between 3 months to 6 months expenses in your savings account. Now, hold on. It's saying you should have, let's say my monthly expenses is 500,000. That means I should have 500 times 6, which gives me about 3 million. Now, it means that I should have 3 million, minimum of 3 million naira in an account where I can access in case of emergency. Now, I'm not talking of your income. I'm not talking of your monthly income. I'm talking about your monthly spend. So, and how do you know your monthly spend if you are not tracking it? And that is where the budget rule, the 50-30-20 budget rule, that this is where it comes to play. We've had a training on it. So maybe you could just check up the previous videos and go watch how to make the 50-30 budget rule work for you. So if you do the 50-30 budget rule, you will be able to take care of that mistake number 1, and you'll be able to take care of this mistake number 2. When you consider the 50-30 budget rule, you have the savings and investment, which is about 20%. Now, somebody's going to ask, how am I going to save 6 months my monthly expense? It's simple. This is what you begin to do. Remember, every time you earn an income, reserve some. 10% of whatever you earn is yours to keep. You see, that 10% that you are keeping is not the amount for the emergency reserve fund. The amount for the emergency reserve fund is an intentional amount that you pull out of your income. So what do you do? How long do you want to accumulate this amount? So one of the simple things you just do is this. Okay, I'm going to make it as a project for 1 year. I'm going to do this as a project for 1 year. So if my monthly expenses is 500,000, that means I need about 3 million. So what I'm going to do is this. If I take the 3 million, divide 3 million by 12, can I accommodate taking out of my money that chunk of amount? If not, can I give myself 18 months? 24 months. So if I give myself maximum maybe 24 months, so I'm going to take that I'm going to take the 3 million divided by 24 to give me whatever the figure is. That is what I will be pulling out from my monthly income to put in this emergency reserve fund. Ladies and gentlemen, you never know when you'll be needed. And I tell you, most of the time, women get to a point in their life when they actually need this fund. So try as much as possible, build your emergency fund. Please, your emergency fund is different from the 10% that you are meant to be keeping for yourself. You know, one of the rules that we said when you talk about financial freedom, we said you should always pay yourself first. When you earn an income, the first person you should pay is yourself. Most of us, we pay everybody. You pay the teacher, you pay the landlord, you pay everyone. The only person you don't pay is the one that did the work himself, and that is you. You say, but I'm living in the house and everything. No, you have to pay yourself in such a way that that amount is kept somewhere such that you can have access to it in the future when this body will not be able to do as it is doing right now. You need to be financially smart, financially intelligent. Let's look quickly at mistake number 3, ignoring investment. Wow, this, in everything that you do, you are sending money, you are saving money. Most of these things you are spending. The only thing that helps you to multiply money in life is investment. Now, many of us, I want you to imagine how much has passed through your hands. Just even in this year, how much has passed through your hands, how much has passed through your account, and how much did you invest? Maybe none. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you, let me tell you the truth, you've messed up in that area, but you can correct it. And how do you correct it? By looking at, how do I get investment vehicles that I can put money into so that it can be working for me? Until you get to the point where money is working for you, you will work for money all the days of your life. You have platforms that can help you. You can put your money in the stock market. You can put your money in real estate. You can put your money in mutual funds. You can put your money in the forex market. And all these areas, please don't be careless when it comes to investment vehicles. Make sure that the investment vehicles that you are going to be using are the ones that you can be guided by a mentor that will help you. For instance, we have a mentorship class as far as Forex is concerned. So if you are interested in building your investment income via Forex with good learning and good system, then there's a link also in the description box where you can get that There's a link in the description box where you can join the group and get more information. Let's look at the next item. Mistake number 4, relying on one income source. This is a very dangerous trend amongst most of us, especially those of us in Africa. You are so busy with your job because you have a very good, high-paying job, and the job keeps you so busy. You rarely have time for any other thing. You stay on one source of income. I always use this analogy. The God Almighty, when He created the heavens and the earth, He said the earth was without form and void. And then He created a garden, and He put man in that garden. And for that garden to survive, He said, God did something. He made 4 rivers, River Avila and others. He made 4 rivers to flow into the garden. And I ask myself this question: is it not God Almighty? Why did He need to have 4 rivers flowing into the Garden of Eden? He could have as well just had just one, and that one would have been enough. Is it not God? But God is using this to teach you multiple stream of income. How many income sources do you have? Except a chair is designed that way. To even sit on a chair with 3 legs, you will not be comfortable. You need to be doing a lot of adjustments, Even the top person of sitting on one with 2 legs or with 1 leg, except it's designed that way. But life is not designed for you to have one source of income. Now, look at it. There are a lot of channels where the money is going out through. Medicals, school fees, house rent, different channels taking out the money, and you have just one income stream, and you say life is difficult. How would it be difficult, guy? You need to reorganize and recalibrate yourself to begin to look at what else can I do. Don't live in that self-deceit. Oh, I am too busy to do any other thing. In today's world, there are a lot of things that you can do that you can even use to automate your process of income. You can do side hustles. You can have maybe what you call the online business. Quite a number of people now use their WhatsApp status to make, they are in their office and they are using their WhatsApp status to make sales of goods and services. You can have rental income. Rental income is such that maybe you build a house and then you put it out for Airbnb for some kind of short let or something, so that you can be earning an income from that aspect. Another one is stock dividends. Stock dividends is one that you buy stocks that there's a way you calculate it. You know when they are paying their dividends, such that every time you are getting dividend income from one company or the other, even though it might be small, but then it's worth it. The other one is the forex trading, of which I told you that we are having a mentorship class helping people to understand automation, that even when you are a busy executive, you can have this as a side thing. You don't need to sit down and be watching the system every day. There are systems that have been put in place that will help you to grow your account. Mistake number 5. Wow, this is not having a retirement plan. I want you to listen to this. If you don't have it, it is not too late. Begin to prepare for it. The best time for you to prepare for your retirement, to start preparing for your retirement, is the moment you got your first job, the first income. That's when you start preparing. You've heard this word of God that says, go to the ant, you sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. Who prepares food in the summer? Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's always a summer time for everyone. The night comes when no man can walk again. Now that you have the ability to earn an income, this is your summer time. The winter is coming, the night is coming, and it must surely come. For some people, it comes very early. They don't know, but it just comes. Some comes in forms of sickness, some comes in form of retrenchment. It comes in various means. But what have you seen? You must learn to prepare for retirement. And how do you do it? You should be able to register yourself for one pension scheme or the other, so that you have a regular saving plan. For those people that are working in some corporate organizations, they have these plans for you. You can build on it. But if you are self-employed, then you must have a private investment plan. Another thing you need to do in preparing for retirement is to have your health insurance scheme in place. Many persons have retired from their job, and the moment they retire, they fall sick. When they were in the office, the HMO in the office was taking care of them. But now that they have left, they are no longer covered. but there are systems that will help you so that you can have your insurance, so that you can have your insurance plan when you are out of office. It will help you a lot. Many persons have spent all their life savings on health because they never had an health insurance plan. In the Reed Vision Cooperative, we have that system that helps you to arrange for that NHIA, and we help you to monitor it every now and then so that you are not found wanting. The health insurance is very key when you are planning for retirement. Then let's go straight to mistake number 6, poor debt management. Poor debt management is one terrible thing, one mistake that a lot of us make, especially when we are younger. You just believe the money is going to come, I'm going to cover it. So you are borrowing money. I remember at a point, you will borrow money from A. So when it's time to pay A, you get to B and borrow money to pay A. And then, you just continue that virtuous circle. For now, maybe you are not borrowing from one person. Now what you do is you are using these money loan apps. You borrow from OPay, you borrow from this, you borrow from Moneypoint. You are borrowing, using all apps to borrow. Even you borrow airtime from all telecoms provider, you borrow airtime. Why? You have to know how to manage yourself. So, but if you must take the loan, which situation and circumstances may warrant, then avoid high interest debts. We see people take loans from the bank. They just took maybe just 5 million. Before you know it, that loan becomes even 15 million in their hands, paying interest all the days of their life. So you want to avoid that. If you must take a loan, you must have a concrete plan on how to pay back that loan. If you have not designed a way, if you are not sure, it's not based on promise. Somebody promised me this. If you don't have a concrete plan on how to pay back the loan, please, as much as possible, avoid going for loans. As much as possible. You can relate with other people. This is one of the things that we try to emphasize, especially in the Reed Vision Cooperative. I will tell you, it's better for you right now to look for a very good cooperative around you, active in those cooperatives, than you looking out to go take a bank loan. As much as you can possibly be active in the cooperative, put money in the cooperative. Reason is this: when you take loans from the cooperative loans are of lower interest rates than other loans out there. So, that is an open check for you. Our organization have an online cooperative that will help people. In the cooperative, you can get up to twice what you have saved. You can't get that in the bank. You can't get that in the bank, no matter how much you have saved. But in the cooperative, meeting some certain conditions, you can get twice of the money that you need. Please don't make that mistake. Many of us, when we hear cooperative, we think it's just some people that don't have what to do with money that are doing. There's no funny name they give it in my area. They tell you that cooperative is what we call Egbe Alajesheku. Wow, that is a wrong name to give to cooperative. What they mean, literally, what it means is the community of people that have eaten and they have remnants. No, what you put in cooperative, what you put into your savings is not remnant. It's not remnant. In fact, it should be the first thing that you should do before you start spending at all. Quickly, because of our time, let's go to mistake number 8. Not investing in financial education. Well, for you to have listened to me up to this time, I can be sure that you are investing in your financial education. A lot of persons are not financially intelligent. Oh, because I'm an accountant, I have an MBA. No, sir, no, man. That does not mean you are financially intelligent. Financial intelligence is more than that. If you want to understand what financial intelligence is, then I want to enjoin you. Subscribe to this channel. It will afford you the opportunity of watching some previous videos that we have done. We've been having a kind of 90-day series. We're almost getting to the end. You have over 70 videos that is talking about financial intelligence in different forms. So you have to invest in yourself. Learn to read books. Remember, readers are leaders. Take courses. Follow financial mentors. Stay updated with financial trends. Don't say it doesn't concern me. I'm an engineer, I'm a lawyer, all these financial things, I'm not interested. I see some people, they say they are successful. They are successful lawyers, successful engineers. But when you talk about money, they say, go and discuss that with my wife. Go and discuss that with my secretary. Go and discuss that with my accountant. You are not helping yourself at all. So these 7 mistakes are key that you need to begin. Let me quickly recap. I'll be talking in terms of the solutions that were preferred. 1, live within your means. Remember the exercise that I told you to go do. 2, save and invest wisely. 3, diversify your income. Don't stay on one income source. 4, have a very good plan for your retirement. 5, manage debt effectively. And the last one is keep learning about money. You can't stop learning about money. You want to be successful, you need to learn about money. So what's that one financial mistake you will avoid from today? So start taking steps right now. Start creating your emergency fund. Start creating your investment goals and review your budget. I tell you this, no matter the extent to which you have gone, you can still make things up. It takes determination from you. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. If you take it as something that you want to achieve, you will surely achieve it. You are still listening to me and you are here to click the subscribe button. Why don't you just go now, smash that subscribe button right now if you have not subscribed before, and click on the like and share button. Someone needs to hear this. So again, if you want to join our Forex mentoring class, go to the description area and then click on the link so that you can be added to the group. Once again, I'm so glad and happy that you stayed with me to this end. I've been looking forward to hear your financial success story. See you at the next episode. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Waking up at dawn, light breaking through, chasing dreams, no time to lose. In this race we strive and grind, motivation fuels the mind. Gonna rise up, we won't fall, breaking barriers through it all. Step by step our journey's clear, success is closer, don't you fear. Challenges we face headstrong, in this rhythm